What's up, YouTube? This is Gunnifer, and I'll bring you guys another video. I'll be doing a maintenance job on my Mazda 3, which is my daily driver. But first, I want to show you guys a little tip that I have when I do some shopping for all my stuff that I have to do maintenance on, all my parts. What I do. So, I like to go to do a lot of shopping on AutoZone. And if you're not aware, AutoZone has a promo. When you spend $20, you get a point. So what I do is when I have a job coming up, I like to go purchase my stuff one day at a time, or maybe, in segments of 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes, whenever I have time. You don't have to do it like that. Or, I know that it's coming up, I stop once a week when I get my stuff. So for instance, if you have spark plug wires, one day grab your spark plug wires. They're at least over $30, and they come with lifetime warranty. Then you can go grab your spark plugs, which these cost me $35, $38. So that's another point. This, I grab my oil. I like to use synthetic Volvo 1, and this was a special. It came with the Lucas injector cleaner, and that cost me $38. So that's another point. And then I got a job coming up, so I ended up picking up some coolant, and I get the concentrated, and this cost me around $25 around there, or 30, I don't remember. So that's another point. So I also purchased another item from one of my vehicles, which is the hitch, the ball hitch. So this cost me, I think, $35. So that's another point. So that's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. With those 5 items, I already got my $20. So in an earlier video, I purchased my third brake light, which I could have got $20 off now. Or I also like to use their tools, which I could get $20 off, since I already have accumulated 5 points. And this is a ratchet. This is a special 9/16s that I needed at one point. So you go buy tools. Their tools I use them at work, and they're pretty good. So that's one of the tips that I wanted to share with you guys that I do. You don't have to go every day, just whenever you have time, or just maybe if you buy these two together, at least another day buy this, and then buy this. So it's just a tip I have for you guys, and shortly I'm gonna be doing the maintenance on my vehicle. So this is my 2014 Mazda 3, and everything's stock on it. As you can see, I've been doing a lot of driving on this car. I have my cold air, that's all I have on it. So this is my setup right here. When I do my maintenance on my car, I like to have everything nice and organized, so I can get it done fast and quick. So just to give you guys some details of what I have. This is my spark plug socket set. I have the longs and the shorts, and 16 millimeter, 9/16s, 5/8, and 13/16s. I have this just in case, maybe one of the spark plugs changes in size that I buy. But I have the socket that's for my spark plugs. This is a Snap-on 14. So I purchased this from the Snap-on truck. Cost me $30. But I know it sounds like a lot, but if I would be taking it in and getting it done, it would cost more than that. Then I have my cordless ratchet, just to do some stuff a little bit quicker. I have my oil filter, both styles. I was short, channel lock, and I bought this one from Harbor Freight. It does the job. And I have various ratchets, my flex, my shorts, and I just purchased this from the thrift store, so not from the flea market, sorry. And I like to use a long extension locking. I bought these from Harbor Freight, and I have a socket set right here just in case I need 3/8 It goes from 19 all the way to 8. Then I have this is what I love this kit. I got it from Snap-on, and it's a 3/4 drive set with your SAE and your metrics. I have the swivel up there, a long extension, short extension, and the 3/4 snapper ratchet. Don't ask me how much this costs, but you must know it costs $750. But I did not pay that price. I ended up buying it off on OfferUp for $250. It's steep, but it has everything I need in 1/4 inch, so I don't complain. And for me, in order for use that with my ratchet, I have the 3/8 to 1/4 adapter. So then over here I have my tray holder. It's a magnetic, so I just put all the bolts in there. So right here I got my NICs. I don't like using the little packets, so I bought a bottle of this. Just because I do a lot of maintenance on other cars, mine and my family. So $1 every time I use the other ones, and they go to waste when half of the pack is gone. So I use this. I also have all the stuff that I bought for my car. It's right here. Funnels, orange clean. I have a flex it just in case. I have it right here. Towels. And I'm gonna be servicing my air filter. So I got the KNN recharge. I bought this at AutoZone also. And then Roxer, just to get the energy. So now first step I'm gonna be doing is blowing down the car, blowing from debris, and disconnecting the battery. So I'll be doing that right now in just a second. So first I'm gonna start with blowing off all the debris off the engine bay, and I started my compressor. First I gotta grab my safety glasses. Always be safe when you're doing this. Any job, put your safety glasses on. Grab my air nozzle. I'll come grab my air hose. You don't want none of this stuff to land in your engine, so it's better to just blow everything off before you start. Start by taking this lid off. Set it to the side. There you go. Okay, so now we're gonna disconnect the battery. It's always very important to disconnect your battery in case you hit a sensor or anything. It's your car's gonna be off, or you do a short anywhere. It's always a good idea, especially since we're gonna be doing the spark plugs. We don't want to do any shorts or anything. So let's take off the negative cable. Let's set it on the side. And also, you know, take your time, you know, right here. See if there's any corrosion or anything. So they look good. So now I'm gonna be servicing my air filter. So I'm gonna be taking it off right now. And it should be an 8 with the extension. Obviously, if you don't have a cold there, you just replace your filter, or this will be the same if you have a KNN style filter on your car. Okay, so I have a bucket of hot water. I'm gonna shove it in there. Let's let it sit in there. Let's get it all wet. And now I'm gonna grab the cleaner in here. So here's their filter cleaner. Now it seems like the spray messed up on there, so I'm just gonna pour it in there. Should be good enough. Yeah, so I skipped a step. I should have lifted the car before the air filter, but before anything, should be fine. It's gonna be a short on and off. So I got the ramps ready on the car. I'm gonna go put it up right now. I prefer to use the ramps. So there you go. I put it up on ramps, and I put a wheel chuck on it. So now I took the negative cable off again, and now I'm going to start by draining the oil. And this is the oil pan I used. Just gotta open it up right here. Open it up. And here's the little vent, and you can rest your oil filter right here too as well, so you let it drain. I like this because it's always a good idea to take your oil in. Never dump it anywhere for our environment. So I just take this straight to AutoZone. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the car right now, and this is my oil drain right here, and this is my oil filter. Okay, so now we're gonna take off the oil drain plug off, and mine is a 14. So we're gonna line up the pan, and now we're gonna take it off. And there you go, there's the oil draining right now. So, have it lined up. It's always a good idea to check your drain plug. Make sure that everything is good on it. So like that, when you put it on, you have to check the seal. The seal around the bolt is very important. And the area where it goes needs to be clean also. Because if you have debris there and it makes your seal not sit right, it's going to be leaking oil. So very important to check that. So while that's draining, we're going to take off our oil filter. And I like to use my pliers, so okay. This right here also is gonna let oil down, so be ready. There you go. Both of them are out. Just let them drain, and then we got to put the new filter on. So we're out of the top of the car. Another trick I like to do with when I'm draining my oil out is my car uses four and a half quarts. So I like to grab some of the new oil and pour it in so it could take all that gunk off the bottom of the oil pan. So I'm not gonna use all of it, so might as well let some of the new oil be to good use. So there you go, just grab some and then let all that the new oil take all that gunk out. So that oil doesn't go to waste, it actually does something. So it still draining right now. So I'll be under the car right now. I'll show you guys how to install that filter. Like this. We'll be installing the filter in a bit. Okay, so it's almost finishing draining. That's all new oil because I barely poured that in. So now we're gonna put our drain plug back on. So put it back on. You want to take your time. You don't want to strip this out. So this is gonna be a very bad day for you. Okay, so we got that in there. We're gonna grab our ratchet. We're gonna tighten it up. So there you go. Doesn't have to be that tight, but you know, that's good. Clean the area around. Okay, we got it. So that's the drain plug. Now we're gonna install the oil filter. Let's take the wrapper off. Okay, we're gonna check the seal. Seal's good. So now what we gotta do is add a little bit of oil to the seal. So with that, it doesn't cause friction, it rips the seal. Okay, so we got there. And we'll be putting this in by hand. I'm not gonna be using a wrench because you don't have to put it in that tight. It'll just hand tight's perfect. And there you go. That's how you install your filter and drain your oil. So, okay, so I got my funnel up there. Very important to get your oil and put your oil in. You don't want to start your car without oil. So I've done this car many times, so I don't have to be using the dipstick. I already know it's 4.5. If you're not sure how much it takes, use your dipstick, add almost all of it, and then check your dipstick. And always have good practice on checking your dipstick, by the way. Okay, just let it drain right there. So the way you check your dipstick is with the two lines, and between, it has to be in between the two lines. So right now the engine's cold, so if it was hot it has a different reading, but mine doesn't have it. So I'm gonna shove it back in, clean it, shove it back in, bring it back out. As you can see, my oil is right here, right there. So it's good in oil right now. So we got that done. That's the end of the oil. Now we're gonna start the spark plugs. So I'm gonna use my ratchet, my adapter, and 8 to take the bolt on the spark plug. come out. Okay. So obviously one can't go to two, so without being right. So it's just you know, you can't get them mixed up. So now I'm gonna grab my size 14 with my locking extension, and then I'm gonna use ratchet I just bought. See how it works. And we'll take all of them out. Never want to use impacts or even whatever electric cordless ratchets to take this off, because you mess up the threads on your block. That means you're not gonna have a good day. Oh, here's one of them. I like to take all of them out all at once. There you go. All of them are out. Now we're gonna install new ones in. Okay, so we're gonna grab our spark plugs and our NICs, and I think that's what we need for now. So I like doing this by hand, so I don't like using no power jewels or even ratchets. So what I do is I take them out of before that. These are iridiums, so they already come gapped. We don't have to gap them. When you gap them, you gap the distance between right here, but you don't have to gap these. So I'll put them in the socket, then open up my NRCs, never cease, mix it up, because this one you don't need a lot, you just need a little bit. That's a lot right there. So another rag, put it right here just in case if I need it, and then you're gonna put them in, and by hand. You don't have to do this quick, just, you know, make sure they're on. There you go. So you tighten right there. Grab the next one. Okay. Okay. Your cylinder. Okay. And I got our fourth and final one. Okay. Never see is very messy, so you don't want to get that everywhere. But here we go. We have this one. Okay, now that it's hand tight, get a ratchet. There you go. You don't want it to be too tight, you don't want it too loose, so just you feel that they're very, you know, don't want this to pop out when you're driving. There you go. So now we grab our coils, put them back in, make sure they're in. Okay, that one. Okay, grab all 4 of these, put them on hand tight. Put them on, make sure they're threaded. The threading. So that concludes the part of the spark plugs. So now I gotta finish with the air filter, and I'm gonna show you guys that in a minute. So let me just clean up right here and then get to that right now. Okay, so we got the filter right here, and you can see all that dirt, gunk coming out of it. Take all this out. Then I'm gonna have to put it right here. Grab a towel. They said to let it dry for a day, so I'm gonna probably do that, but I'm just gonna blast it with air real quick. Okay, so I'm done blowing it off for now, and it looks very clean. So now I'm gonna add the oil to treat it. So I'm gonna be using my car for work or anything. So I'm gonna let it sit for 24 hours. So I'm just gonna get it ready and prepped and let it sit for a while. So just gonna add the oil to it. Okay, so I'm done spraying the oil on there. I'm just gonna install it, and I'm not gonna be driving this car for 24 hours. So it's gonna clean all this and just let it cure on the filter. I have the clamp right here. There you go. Just gotta tighten up the clamp, and okay. Let's go with 8mm and tighten up that filter. There you go. So now just gonna let that clean all this up. Install the main cover. I like to just grab a wet rag and give this a good clean. Whatever I see that I need to do, I wipe it down. That here. I need to do a detail video later on, so you guys can see how I detail my car. Right now I've just been really busy at work. I just started, so I'll be doing a video on that. Put my ground back on. That is a 10. Make sure I don't have indices on this. My car has a full tank already, so I just gotta come in here, pour it in. There you go. That's it. So that concludes the maintenance on my car. I did the oil change, spark plugs, air filter. I didn't have to do my battery, but that's very important to check also. The battery, make sure it has no corrosion. You could add that little kit that they sell at AutoZone or any parts store, and apply it on there if you have any corrosion. I also like to come check my coolant, and it looks good. It's full, topped off. I'm gonna do a service on that too, because it's been already almost 4 years, so I have to have that too. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I keep track of the data of my maintenance on my cars. At one time I had like 4 or 5 cars, so I ended up getting this to keep track of them. Even it works with my motorcycles, my ATVs, and my cars. So I'll be showing you the sheet that I do and how I fill it out. Okay, so this is how I keep track of all my cars. I have a maintenance log that I do for every car that I do. So all I do is fill it out after I do a service. So date of service, I'm gonna write 1/10/21. Okay, so vehicles make and year, it's my Mazda 3, and I forgot to put the year, so I'm gonna put 2014, which I only have one. So the miles on the odometer, it's 118,158. So what service did I do? I did the basic maintenance, spark plugs, oil change with filter. I had that, but everybody does an oil change, so always change your filter. And service air filter. Added gas treatment. And let me just put Lucas. So that's basically what I did. And checked battery, post. Okay, so that's basically all the work that I did. Any warranty parts? No. What is more for? We have a water pump or a battery that you installed, or you got spark plugs, wires that you could go warranty on. So I use that part for that. Any future repairs? No, everything seems to be working fine, but I did remember right now, and I need to do coolant flush. And the next miles, I just gotta add 3,000, so it'll be 121, and I just put 00. And that's how I do a maintenance log on my cars or bikes that I have. So now I gotta clean my mess. And if you guys like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna be doing another video on how I flush my system, my coolant. And just stay tuned for any future videos that I have. And I'll see you guys the next time. Peace.